Hi, we're Tim and Emily Rohr. We are of OwnLessDoMore.us, and we're here in Goshen for the 2017 Heartland Annual Rally.
We're going to show you our 2008 Heartland Bighorn model 3670RL, which stands for rear living. We decided about 2 years ago that we were going to move full-time into an RV and explore the country, getting rid of our house, and therefore own less, do more. So, with that, as full-time RVers, one of the things that we wanted to be able to do is take our RV to places that maybe didn't have things like electrical hookup, water, and sewage. We wanted to be able to boondoggle our RV. And so one of the modifications that we made to this is we turned this into kind of our forward battery compartment and generator storage. So inside of here we have 4 6-volt batteries, and it goes up into a nice heavy-duty inverter, and all of that allows us to go off the electrical grid as we choose to do so. So that was one of the big modifications that we made to this coach. A lot of new coaches will come with just a simple battery, and if they have residential refrigerators, they will have a little inverter that goes with that. But for the most part, they're designed to operate just on the 12-volt system. Another modification we made is to put in a nice flex air trail air hitch, which really helps smooth out the ride. A lot of the newer RVs are in fact coming with more ride hitches, which are pretty nice. I think those are good options, but this definitely gives a smoother ride than the old steel hitch, kingpin hitch. You know, RVs, when you get and you walk around them, they're not always really stable. So one of the things that we tried to do to make it a little more home-like, we added in JT strong arms as a way to help stabilize the RV. This, as an older model, this doesn't have the hydraulic leveling system, and so we have to do it the old-fashioned way. And that's one of the modifications that I'm still thinking about down the road, is adding hydraulic leveling system. So for those people who are getting new ones, a lot of the newer higher-end RVs have the hydraulics leveling system, and it's a very nice feature. Another thing we do with our RVs, we wanted to have our bicycles with us because we like to go riding. And you know, this RV didn't come with a bike rack on the back, so we had somebody help us put a receiver on here, and then we could put a bike rack back here. I know some people like to store them up on the ladder, some put them in the back of their truck. There are different ways to do this, but of course you just want to make sure they're nice and secure. And the only other modification we've really made to the outside of this trailer has been to add hydraulic disc brakes, and that just really helps with the stopping power with a larger RV like this.
Welcome inside our Heartland Bighorn. Again, it's a 2008 model, so we had some upgrading to do. But there's a lot of freedom in that because it was an older RV. We can kind of do whatever we want. One of the major things we did, as you can see, is we have painted. The walls were kind of a gold wallpaper, and we'll show you some of that inside a cabinet. But yeah, we went with the dark green and the kind of parchment cream color. We did that in March. It took forever. I don't recommend it. And I wrote an article about that right on myheartland.com. Let's see. We also opted to go with only one recliner instead of 2. And this is in fact a replacement recliner. There was another one there. We got rid of that. And one of the things we really liked about this model is that it came with a desk pre-built in over here on the right. And Tim, being the handy guy that he is, built this extension right here, which when we pull in the slides, it has a hinged leg. So when the slides come in, the leg bends inward and everything fits perfectly. But as you can see, he likes having a lot of computer equipment and needed a bigger and more permanent desk option than just a pull-out drawer. We also did some upgrades to our window decor. You'll notice that there are no cornice boxes in here anymore. There used to be. You'll see them still being put into newer models. And what cornice boxes are is basically a fabric-covered box that goes up the side, across the top, and down, and they coordinate with the original decor of the RV. We thought they made it look too heavy and dark in here, so we took them out. We kept the existing shades, which are the day and night variety, so we can pull them down this way if we want a darker room. And we chose to add curtain rods and window toppers. One of the challenges in that is that, as you can see, all the windows are different heights. And that's why we went with window toppers instead of full curtains. I am not a seamstress. All of them are hemmed with heat and bond. And so that was easy for me to just make it a level eye across each side. We've also replaced the sofa just recently. In fact, we took out the original one that was a sleeper sofa with an air mattress that did eventually fail, as all air mattresses do, and we've replaced it with a real household sleeper sofa with a real mattress. Moving on to what most people think of the dining area, we have turned into a desk area. This table used to extend the other way. We turned it 90 degrees so that when I'm sitting and working at my computer, I can look out the window. And we also ditched the 2 other dining room chairs so that we would have more room to move. Being just the 2 of us, we didn't need 4 seats.
As you can imagine, living full-time in an RV means you have to have a lot of storage. And one of the things that this RV has is a number of cabinets starting up here and working the way all the way around over the couches, and there's even a cabinet down underneath by the sink, and you know, this is fabulous. One of the things though that is also still very important to us is to have a lot of light. And in particular, we have looked at some of the newer RVs, and they will block this rear window by having either bigger cabinets or they'll put the entertainment center back here. We decided that wasn't for us. We really like the smaller cabinets up here and still having the option of being able to open up the window. A lot of times we can get into a really nice state park. We've even been backed up against a creek, and it just makes for a fabulous view and a wonderful place to live for that period of time. One other modification we made to help with our boondocking is to change all the light bulbs to LED bulbs. LED bulbs will, in general, use about 10 to 20% of the power that is used by an incandescent bulb. So it becomes a great way to help cut down on your battery usage when you're not on shore power.
When it came to the kitchen, we love this kitchen. We really didn't change anything about it. We just added some things to make storage easier and work for us. One of the things we added were a few over the cabinet door accessories, like this for our paper towels and this for empty plastic bags. And these are just regular store household purchases that you can get in any store that sells kitchen goods. You don't have to go to a special RV store and pay the premium. Just go to your regular store where you're used to shopping to the kitchen section, and you can find things like that. We also make use of little shelves like this to increase our storage. So we have our vitamins underneath and our fruit basket on top. And over here we keep our bread and crackers and stuff in this basket, and the toaster to toast them in on top. The pantry already had a feature that we really like, which is this. So we can fit enough canned goods in there for well over a week for the 2 of us. And we do have the smaller version of the RV refrigerator, but we like that it is the combination propane or electrical. So when, as Tim mentioned, we are boondocking, we don't need electrical hookups or to run it off our batteries. It will run off the propane and still keep all our food cold and ice cream frozen. And as I mentioned earlier, we painted, but obviously we didn't paint everywhere. That is the original wallpaper that came in the unit. We chose not to strip it. We painted right over it. But that's it. It was kind of gold tone textured, and it had a navy blue border, and that's gone too. We added this cork board here next to the door because it's where we clip things like the map to the campground where we're staying. Right now you can see it's the Elkhart County Fairgrounds in Goshen. But we tend to move around a lot, and sometimes we wake up and don't remember where we have parked the night before. So having the map always here reminds us where we are and how to get from point A to point B. All right, this is our bedroom. It is the forward part of the RV where the rounded nose is. That rounded nose is in fact our closet. When we bought this RV, it came with a king-sized bed. You'll notice it's not that now. We downsized it ourselves to a queen size, and we replaced the original gold lame bedspread with something that suited our tastes a little better. One of the primary reasons for cutting it down from a king to a queen was that it made it so we can walk this way beside the bed instead of this way. We really wanted more space to move around. We didn't need all that acreage to sleep on. A second thing we did in here, again, was paint. As you can see, it's coordinating colors with the rest of the RV. And again, in here, we replaced the cornice boxes with window toppers on curtain rods. And one more mod we made in here to make it easier for us to boondock, i.e. camping without hookups, is that Tim installed a 12-volt USB port on each side of the bed so that we can charge our phones when we don't have electricity. Okay, and this is our bathroom. One of the funniest things about this bathroom, I think, is that you can see it's very petite. It's kind of room for one person, and yet it has 2 doors. I just find that amusing. That is not the original toilet. We upgraded that ourselves to a Dometic 320, which was life-changing, and it was my Christmas present last year. So make any jokes you want about that. And you can read about how we did that on Heartland's blog as well. The shower is small, just big enough for a normal-sized person to raise both hands to wash their hair, and that's about all we need anyway.